Okay, can you hear me now? I can't believe I've been talking for like 30 minutes with like my mic not being captured. I I even had like music in the background. God. All right. Oof, that's embarrassing. God. Okay. Well, let's see. Sorry about that. I'm this is my first time doing just chatting, and this is my first time using this window. Uh but well, uh so anyways, what I was saying earlier was that you guys should go watch um Godzilla Singular Point. It's very good, very authentic. I suppose I should what I mean by authentic versus realism. Like, okay, so how do I put this? Like, okay, so realism is where they make things like too. How do I put it? Okay, so let's take the games like, for example, like Stardew Valley and versus like Farming Simulator 19 or whatever the newest one is. Anyways, like, okay, so realism is often complicated and not nearly as fun as people would think it is. In the example, like, in Stardew Valley, you like till the plot, plant the seeds, add fertilizer, or is it you add fertilizer first? Anyway, you add fertilizer, and you water it daily, right? So, and then, ta-da, it sprouts. And it'll work whether or not you like water them every day. Um, Whereas in Farming Simulator, you have to set up like irrigation stuff. You have to buy a certain machine or certain attachments in order to plow, and certain stuff in order to water, and then put down fertilizer, and then harvest. And harvesting was the hardest part, if like, because you're using this machine, and if you don't like line it up just right next to the crate you're going to use to carry the fruit crop in, then you're just going to dump it all over the ground and then drive over it, and so it's like a waste. And so like, yeah, it's really tough. So like, yeah, it's difficult. Meanwhile, in Stardew Valley, to harvest, you just pick it up and throw it in the bin, and they do it for you. But in Farming Simulator, you not only have to make it into the bin, but the bin is on wheels, and you have to drive it to the location that will pay you for it. And then you have to park in certain spots to get like weighed, and then you have to like be on the right spot to dump all of the weight in the right spot that it goes through the grate. And basically, the farming experience of Farming Simulator 19, if I remember right, is realistic. It's very, that's what it is. It's realism. It's simulator. Like, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be realistic and like help you kind of learn the realistic way of doing things, I guess. I don't really know what they're for. But then it, like, meanwhile, Stardew Valley, like, it's not realistic at all. But it does feel like authentic. It gives you the feeling of, oh, my character has done this thing, even though that's not how in real life you do that thing. And that's fine. That's like, a lot of people want that feeling of, oh yes, I've done the thing, but not necessarily having to go through all the boring parts of a extremely realistic game. It'd be like if Ace Attorney made you fill out the paperwork, and also was like more how actual law works. Like, yeah, it's so yeah, realism is, great for information and stuff, but as games or like in, fun, non-serious medium, it tends to be more bulky and kind of hold back the experience. So most of the time when people think they're going for realism, and they aren't really going for, they think they want realism when they really want authenticity, or the feeling of it being an authentic experience, sort of. So my point in saying this is that in Godzilla, Singular Point, there's some science, quote unquote, that is very out there and like fantasy stuff, basically. It's very clearly fantasy, but like with science terms, sort of. To really get what I mean, you need to like watch it. But point is that they introduce these science concepts that are clearly, but the way they go about it, it's not realistic, but it feels authentic, and the logic built behind it feels authentic enough that you can kind of infer where they're trying to go with it. So yeah, like, especially with the games, I feel like there's a lot of games that kind of go too hard on the realism and kind of take the fun out of it. Not all of them, obviously, but quite a lot of them do. And like, the best way for me to put it, I think, is they just overcomplicate it. Like, yeah, you don't need things to be that out there to enjoy them. Like, to continue with the example before, I would much rather play Stardew Valley than Farming Simulator. I've played both, but you know, just saying. That's, yeah. So, like, anyway, so yeah, go watch Godzilla Singular Point. It's very good. I hope they get a second season. And I mean, it's Godzilla, so you know, be prepared for like violence. But anyways, like, so that's what I watched last week, and it is like firmly taken the #2 spot of my all-time favorite shows. Not just anime, but all-time favorite shows. I got my top 3. #1 is Killjoys, which is kind of an old, like old as in 2015, but it's a sci-fi show, like from the channel. And while the CG is like not great and stuff, it's such a good show. It features 2 reclamation agents. They're kind of like bounty hunters, and the money in that universe is called joy, so they call it Killjoy. They call the reclamation agents Killjoys, hence the title. So there's 2. The first one is Dutch, and she is just super cool. Let's see, so there's 5 ranks of reclamation agent. She is rank 5, which means she is capable of taking kill warrants. They basically go and they either arrest people or kill people or procure items or whatever. So they'll reclaim those things. And so she is able to take kill warrants, but she doesn't. And she's just like the best. And then there's her partner Johnny Jacoby, who is like their tech wizard. And he is a riot, and he is a level, I want to say 3 or 4 reclamation agent. But yeah, it's a really good series. It's 5 seasons. Go watch that too. And then, so that's number one. Godzilla Singular Point is now number two. And third is the Owl House. Hi, Roblox Ellie Wall. How are you doing today? Well, I was just talking about my top three favorite shows. Um, and number three on my list. Number one is Killjoys, which is a sci-fi show from 2015. Still number one. And number two is an anime I just watched last week called Godzilla Singular Point. Only the one season so far. I hope they get a second season. And then number three is The Owl House, which is a Disney cartoon. It's in the second season and it is really good. Like really good. And I hope that it gets more stuff after the third season. But yeah, those are my top three shows. And like I can't stop thinking about Godzilla Singular Point. It was so good. And there's like, I mean, there's not really any loose ends, but there's sort of a loose end. And it's so good. That's like, it's just so good. So if you're into anime or if you're into Godzilla, you should watch it. And The Owl House is about a girl who gets isekai'd to another dimension, sort of, where witches exist, and so she decides to stay and learn magic over the summer because she's supposed to be going to summer camp. And so she learns magic from Ida the Owl Lady, who is like, she's a crook. She is the her wanted poster has like 7 or 8 zeros, and she like steals on a daily basis and scams and stuff. Oh, Godzilla figure collection, that's cool. I don't have any like Godzilla merch, but I like, it's close to my heart, I'll put it that way. But yeah, I'm also thinking about what games to play next, but because lately I've been playing Genshin. I'm thinking about what else to play, you know, so I don't like just do Genshin every week. Nice. I think one of my brothers has a Godzilla mask like that. gotta cut the hole in the mouth a little bigger. Yeah, I have a mask too, but I left it at my other brother's house, so I gotta wait to get that back. It's not a Godzilla mask, but it's just like a cool bone mask looking thing. Yeah, come to think of it, I don't think I've even watched the first like Godzilla movie all the way through. The old one. I've definitely seen like the newest one and the sequel, but yeah. I will give you one singular spoiler for Godzilla Singular Point. And it was the only thing that disappointed me in the show. Mothra wasn't in it. Like, Mothra is my favorite because that's the first movie that I watched as a kid, and she wasn't even in it. I don't remember it much, but like Mothra is always my favorite. My only other complaint is that, like, well, I guess I'll save that for later. But let me just say that throughout the entire thing, like, it was just a very hype. The opening was good, the ending was kind of cute, and just like, it's so good. So yeah, you should definitely watch it. And they definitely did a great setup for a second one as well. What else have I been watching lately? Let's see. For anime, I just found out recently that Yuru Camp has a second season, which is going to be super cute. And I think there's a couple other ones that I've heard about but haven't watched yet. I've been watching the So I Turned Into a Spider, but I haven't decided if it's good to recommend or not yet. But yeah, and then like, it's a very interesting show. Very gory, much gorier than I was expecting, and a lot more interesting than I was expecting, honestly. But I don't know if I can recommend it. But also, if you have any fear of spiders, don't go in thinking like, oh, but the main character's fine. She's got those like human eyes. She's not the only spider. And like, let me be serious. Some of the other spiders are horrifying. Like, even I barely was able to like watch some of them, or watch some scenes. But yeah. But other than that, the story is really interesting, and time shenanigans are interesting. But yeah. And then what else is on my watch list? Did I finish Megalobox, the second one? I loved the first one to death. I'm surprised they made a second one. But that's on my watch list. Semi-recently, I watched and finished Appare Ranman. It's so good! It's a racing anime. Sort of. But it is so good. It's definitely in my top ranks, but it's not, the top 3. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Outside of anime, um, oh, okay. So let me talk about a certain webcomic that I love to death. It's finished, so you can just like go and binge it right now. It's called Sword Interval, and 8 stars. Character named Val Barros or Barros or Barros. She is amazing. And she is a monster hunter, and there's one monster that like is kind of top of the food chain, and she's made it her mission to kill it because it killed her parents. And all I could say for this one without like going too far into it, it's amazing, and there's a lot more to the story than the premise permits me to say. It's just really, really good. Yeah, like, oh, it's just that's probably my favorite webcomic. Maybe comic in general. I don't read too many comics outside of webcomics. But yeah. And it's like really beautiful in a way. Same with Owl House. It's like creepy but beautiful, you know? Also, please let me know if the audio is okay. So yeah, like, what else have I been watching or reading or whatever? As you may or may not know, I've been playing a lot of Genshin, and don't know the first thing about it really. Like, I know like maybe 3 or 4 things. But it's a ton of fun, and I usually stream that on Friday evenings and nights. I might be changing my schedule as I am starting a new job next week. And I do not know what my schedule will be yet. So we will have to wait and find that out. And then I'll post my schedule for both YouTube and Twitch once I get that squared away. But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Genshin and thinking about what other games I could play kind of in between or something. I'll make a poll today or tomorrow, put it on my channels, and see what you guys think. I like a lot of survival games. I have The Long Dark, I have Rust, I have 7 Days to Die, I have Valheim. There's a lot of like I play Valorant and PUBG, and I've got like RPGs like Genshin Impact, and also like what is it, Outward, Night in the Woods. I think Night in the Woods is like my favorite game, actually, just because the story is so good and the music is so good. Even though I'm kind of not great at the bass parts, but yeah. And then if I get things going really well, I might do some art for you guys in a stream sometime too. But you guys will have to let me know if you're interested in that. But yeah, like it's just also gonna be seeing if I can get some more like music options and stuff as well. But yeah. So yeah, like if there I'll put I guess first poll will be like game genres or not game stuff, I guess. Um and we'll go from there. But yeah. I'm also planning to do some like VR games. I broke my Trident cable, and so I'm gonna have to get that fixed or buy a new one, but that's gonna take a minute. But once I get that, then we could play stuff like Arizona Sunshine or Super Hot VR or so on. Yeah. But for now, I just got I've been playing Genshin Impact, so I'll probably be playing more of that soon. Definitely within, well, definitely next week, if nothing else, like next Friday. But yeah. So yeah, and I can also do like spooky or scary story time or something, and let me know what you guys are interested in. Also, of course, right now you guys can ask whatever questions you want. It might take a minute to show up in my feed, but it'll be fine. I'll answer it when I see it. But yeah. But yeah, today I'm just kind of chilling, working on some paperwork stuff, because that's what I gotta do. But I have a ton of games that I think would be interesting to play for you guys. Recently I got Days Gone and Ghost Runner. I know they're not like super new or anything, but yeah, and I can like obviously PUBG, like I said, I also have Raft and Phasmophobia, which I would have to put together a team for. The Long Dark, very, very good game. If you're into like survival games, I suggest it. It's not like against zombies or anything, it's just against wolves and bears and stuff. But yeah, what else have I been playing lately? Doom, I'm kind of stuck on the last boss on Doom, but I'll figure it out eventually. And I only have a few VR games for when I get that fixed, but it will be a ton of fun. And I can also do Valorant or Overwatch, which I have. And there's some other games that I have that I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, so let's see. But yeah, I have a couple good stories, and yeah, we'll see where things go forward. But in the meantime, what do you guys think? What are your favorite games or shows or whatever? Well, let's see. Well, that might have to be it. I'm kind of out of stuff to talk about. Like, sure, I could, tell some scary stories and stuff, but let's wait a little while before that, or at least for a later time of day. In the meantime, if you like the channel, go ahead and join me next Friday for some more Genshin Impact, and make sure to check some things. I'll be putting polls in my channels, around my channels, so yeah. Let's pick some fun games for the next few weeks, right? Thanks for watching, everybody.